Hey there, it's Nathalie. I am going to do this little crossbody bag. I just needed to tell you good morning. It may not be morning where you are, but I just feel like it's morning here, and so I just need to say good morning. Anyway, I've got this crossbody bag that I got from Hobby Lobby. They're $1.99. If you wait, every other week they're on sale, they're 40% off. So I can't even buy a zipper for that price, let alone the canvas and then the cord and everything. So this is a great little project source. So what I'm going to do is Sharpie and alcohol, and so I'm going to stuff some paper towel in here to kind of absorb the alcohol and kind of lift up the surface just a little bit, make sure that Sharpie doesn't bleed through, and a piece of foil again to make sure the Sharpie doesn't bleed through to the back side of the bag. So stuff that in there, and I'm going to put it underneath this little flap because I may do a little something up here. So I'm going to do some poppies on this, and I've got a little sketch of some poppies, and I've got some alcohol. This is 50% alcohol. I think that'll work just fine. I've got some 90%, but this is 50%. So I'm not going to do any black outline on this until after, but I'm going to go ahead and kind of just referring to my sketch here, and I'm going to put some stuff at the bottom, so I'm going to leave me some stitching room here. So I'll do this little outer petal, get my sketch done first here, then this upper petal here, and then one here, and kind of a little sideways one here. All right, and then I want to do one that's, let me go ahead and establish its middle. Maybe that's a little bit too far. I'll do this. And then I want to kind of tuck this one behind a little bit. So put that petal there. We'll do a little petal here. They have 5 petals. All right. So now what I want to do is just kind of color this in. And I'm going to leave me some room to put some orange and some highlights and stuff. I actually might need to put just a little bit of yellow in this. Now this is going to have a middle down, the dark middle in there. I want to put some of that yellow out towards the ends too, just a little bit. I'm going to put a little bit of black. I don't want to put a whole bunch of black because I know that it's going to bleed, and I want to kind of control where it's bleeding to. Oh, and I want to put, because I like stuff in threes, I want to put a little bud. And so I'll go ahead and put make a little bud up here. Then, let's do and they kind of curve and put a little thing like that. Okay, that's about as much as I'm going to do that. I might, let's put a little, no, I'm not gonna, I'm gonna put a metal embellishment up there. So I think this is all I'm gonna do right now. I've got my sponge brush. And just touch that around. And the more alcohol you put on here, of course, and the more ink also that you have on here, the more it will run and bleed. Now, normally I'm just kind of a control freak and I like to control where everything goes, but with this, you're not going to do that. And so once this is completely dry, then I'll come back and I'll put some accents on with my black Sharpie and do some little outlines and maybe add a couple of shadows or something like that. And you can already see it beginning to move. All right, so I'll let that dry. Let me show it to you close. You can see it's already beginning to move around a little bit. So I'm going to let that dry and then I'll come back to it. Okay, while this is drying, let me show you something else. These are some that are already finished and they're all tangled up. Okay, so I've got this one that I did little flowers on, and I bought this shirt. I gotta trim that thread off. Bought a shirt that had this ravelly stuff at the bottom of it, and I got it at the thrift store, and I thought, well, that's kind of cute, and it's just dyed in different ways, and so I cut that up to kind of Frankenstein this purse or whatever, recycle, upcycle. And so I did the Sharpies on here, and then I came back and did the details, added some buttons, and I think that's going to be really cute. This just is, this little trim here is what you would crochet with. I think you can buy it in the yarn department at Walmart. Then this one, I salvaged this fringe off of a shirt, a Western shirt, probably from the 80s, also from the thrift store. And I thought, oh, I love that. You know me, I love fringe and tie-dye. Anyway, and I got this trim from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to use some fabric glue to glue that trim on, that little sparkly trim right there. And then I had done this little dragonfly, and I really like that. That's cute. And so I reversed it. I did the more purpley or burgundy, whatever color that is, on top, and I'll put some turquoise rhinestone trim on that. And I think that'll just be really sweet and make a cute little gift. And I don't know, I like to carry my cell phone in there, and when I'm traveling, have something that's close to my body and not setting my purse down any place. So I want to put this trim, this sparkly trim on there. And so I thought, well, let me go ahead and show that to you too. You could use tacky glue. I don't care to use hot glue on this. You could though. Oh, I already have the lid off. All right, so I'm just going to put this on a little paper towel, and I'm using Fabric Fusion. And it's going to catch in the little threads, but I'm trying to stay, I don't want a bunch of this to overflow to the front, to the stones. So let me just not put too much on there. All right, then I'm going to use my paper towel and go over the top, and then just kind of press it down so that I don't transfer a bunch of glue to the top of the sparkles. Okay, my little pouch is completely dry now. I put it under a fan and let it dry, opened it up, and this is the reason that you put the paper towel in there, because see how it bled through, and I really like that. I will probably save this. I'm not sure what I'll do with it, but it's not going in the trash. Not yet anyway. Anyway, and see it's through on several of the layers. It's a good thing I had the foil in there too, because this is, so if you just put just the paper towel in there, you might have gotten some bleed through onto the back of your pouch. So we'll put that to the side. And I'm still going to leave the foil in here to do the last details with a Sharpie. I've got two different Sharpies. I've got my bold, or a big one, and then a fine. That's what I was looking for, was a fine. So what I want to do is I want to do a little bit more detailing on this and some outlining, and I want it to kind of that pen and ink or pen and watercolor kind of look. So I'm going to start from the front and go towards the back. This flower is at the front, and so that's the one I want to start with. And just kind of sketchy around. Let me get this, bring this down. Then that one's not going to work too good, so I am going to go to the larger pen to get a little bit better effect. And so just kind of some rough lines around that. Okay, so I think I'm pretty happy with the way that this looks. Now, to decide, I want to put some fringe on here or something at the bottom. I could just leave it just like that, just a plain. This red leached out in kind of a pinky color. So I've got this pink yarn that I got, I don't know how long ago and from where. Don't think it was from Walmart, probably Hobby Lobby. And so I think I'll probably do some of that. I also have some red, and I don't think it'll conflict. And some of this really cool raggedy green, and I think it's probably about the right shade of green. So I'm going to go cut me some lengths of that, stitch across it, and I'll come back and show you the finished results. I cut my little strings off so they were all about the same length, and then stitched them down like in this ditch. And then I went through some of my stash, and I had this pretty little beaded trim, and to kind of give this kind of a little boho vibe. And so I stitched that on the top there. And then I have a couple of extra little fibers left over that were cut, and so I thought, well, I'll just put those on the zipper pull. That'll just give a little fringe come off that side. So I have this little piece of string. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap it, pull this back out, find the middle, put it in the middle. I'm not tying it, and I'm going to thread that through. That's much easier to pull through. Then I still have my middle there. This will go away. I'm going to take all these other strings and tuck them through like that. Get rid of that string, and then pull this down, and then adjust one by one, whichever ones need to be pulled in to make it fit nice and snug. Okay, so there's that. I think that's pretty cute. So let me give you a little review. There's the little poppy bag, the dragonfly with the little suede tassels and some little faux rhinestone trim, the feathers. I probably will come back and put some little tassel things on these zipper pulls, but I won't show you that. And then this little flower bag that had the recycled, whatever this is that I cut off the edge of that dress. It's just kind of an embellishment. The little dress was ruffled all the way around. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you like this, give me a little thumbs up, subscribe, go to myhaulcloset.com, subscribe over there to get access to my library of free goodies. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.